We're about to take a look at these two bags that are brand new from Veto Pro Pac. These are the bags that they're giving away in their spring promo, you guys. This is one of my favorite times of the year to buy a Veto. This is the tier 2 bag and it's the DP3. And then here we have the tier 1, which is the SBLD. And we're going to go take an in-depth look at these bags so you guys can really figure out what they are. I know there's not a lot of content out there on them, but the spring promo did start as of this video, and I'll give you guys all the dates and information on that later. So make sure you watch all the way through so you don't miss out on your opportunity to get a free Veto bag. Vetos never go on sale ever, but the spring promo is the only way that you can actually somewhat get a discount by getting some free offerings. So let's go ahead and take a look at these bags. We're going to take a look at the tier 2 bag, and I will explain everything that means here in just a minute after I show you guys what these bags look like. But this is their newest bag that is a pouch style, and it's got some super cool features. It's made to carry a drill, so it's their first bag offering that allows you to carry a drill and multiple tools. So you guys can see the drill slot in here, and these do fit drills wonderfully. Now, a couple things that make this super cool. There's actually all kinds of ways to actually carry this. So obviously you guys have the handle here on their Vetos attached to these D-rings up here, which is a classic staple of Veto. But if you look here on the back, you can see this clip here that clips onto your belt, but it's movable. Now, one thing about this pouch that I was somewhat shocked to see is how long it is. So obviously if it's sitting at your hip, it's gonna be hanging down super far if you hang it from this way, but you can customize it to move up so it sits just how you would like it to on your belt. There's another option for hanging it. This slot up here, the leather piece here, this is actually a pass-through, so you can run a belt through there. I love that. I love that they did that. Veto's always giving you options, which is so cool. I love the way they do their product development. There is no hard bottom on this, which is expected from a pouch, but there is a ton of different screwdriver pockets through here. So there's some pass-through pockets on the side, which you guys are probably familiar with if you know anything about Veto. There's the 3 pockets in the front there, as well as this big compartment that doesn't have any pockets in there. That's always a great option. There's also some screwdriver pockets, or marker pockets, I believe is what they're called. I don't know, but they fit screwdrivers in them extremely well on both sides. And then in the front here, there's this metal tape clip so you can keep a tape measure with you, or if you need another drill, some people hang their drills on there. Obviously not as necessary with what's going on here. But if we un-Velcro this, it's the classic Veto style, which has some bit pockets in here, but the bit pockets aren't actually against the outside wall like usual. They're actually on the inside of the bag. So the bit pockets are on this side of this container here, and it's a lot wider, which I love because it gives you just some more room to keep things, tools, bits, bobs, all the little things that you want to keep. Then there's also these black pockets up here, which will fit small bits. And then as you can see, this actually will hold your drill in. So if you're moving or if you're doing something stupid like climbing on top of a lift and you don't want to take any chances, really it's probably for just transportation. Like when you're done for the day, you can pop this over, but it just slides out, and you can actually slide this in the top here so it's not in the way, but it slides into this middle bit pocket. But the rest of these have actual bit pockets that you can use, so that part of it's awesome as well. So if you have some shorter bits, some smaller bits, you could put them in there. Or I always put my 6-inch nut drivers in these smaller marker pockets. It also comes with a tape clip on either side, because there's a D-ring on either side here that you can use to actually do anything that you want with the D-ring, but it comes with the tape loop, and obviously those disconnect on both sides. I like this because I carry an impact a lot, and sometimes I only need a couple hand tools, so I love this option from Veto. This is probably, it's potentially going to turn into my main pouch here pretty soon, just with the functionality of it. I always have an impact with me pretty much no matter what, so it's super nice that you can actually carry it all in one, and it's in your main pouch area. Sometimes carrying an impact sucks. The transportation methods of an impact aren't always great. You got tape clips, you got all the different stuff, but I really like that they made this like this. So just for a little size comparison, here's my M12, and basically it just fits down there like that and hangs out over the edge, so you can pick it up and pull it out when you need to. I haven't seen anything larger than a 12-volt drill go in there so far, or impact. But this is what it looks like with the M18. This is a 5.0 battery, so Sometimes, I mean, obviously, I don't know why anyone would ever run a battery bigger than this in an impact, but if you do, just know that if you're running a 12 in this, probably too heavy, but the 5.0 will stay in there snugly and securely. Nice little demonstration there. So a 12 or an 18 volt tool will work inside of this, but this is a unit from Veto. This thing's super cool. And like I said, this is going to be in the tier 2, and we'll go over what that means in a second after I show you guys the SBLD, which is a sweet bag. And here is the SBLD. Now what this is a combination of like a TP6 almost and a meter bag. The place where this really shines is going to be this back section here, and we'll go over that at the end of this. But it's a meter pouch, so it's actually got zippers on it. It's zipped up, but it allows you to have access to all of your tools in the front. It's like an open facing tool bag. This is what it looks like from a top-down view. Carrying methods, you got the 2 D-rings up top, like traditional TP bags with a handle. Obviously, this detaches, but you've also got a hook right here in the middle underneath this little section of stretchable pouch up top, which is super cool. I do love the hooks on them. This one does have a hard bottom, which is fantastic, especially for a bag this big. It's a lot wider too than most of the TP bags because of this pouch up here. It does leave you a little bit less room for tools, but the inside pouch has got some space, and we really see the section on the sides showing more space. So we've even got 2 pouches up top here, okay? So on the side, you have your main big pocket, and the place where this differentiates from a lot of the other bags is that there's 2 pockets. It's only like that on one side. On the other side, there are no pockets in the inside of this main compartment. There are some pass-through places. There's some other small screwdriver holders, places where you can put plier handles, and then there's a D-ring on both sides of this as well on the actual outside. And then if you go up a little bit higher, there's another D-ring on both sides right here where I'm holding. Comes with a tape loop, of course. The front also has a tape clip holder, and if you open up this Velcro section here, you can see the little V-Swap logo because of the V-Swap that's actually inside of the meter pouch. This one does have the actual screwdriver pockets on the outside pocket, so it's on this wall here, and I believe there's 5 of them, but this is a pretty spacious compartment. Lots of room for activities, holding little pieces, little things that you don't want to lose or that you don't want damaged. And on the back side, as most of these bags have, there's also, aside from the meter compartment, there's another Velcro pouch on the back here, which is cool. But where the magic really happens is, and you can see these do zip all the way down to the bottom, okay? So that's where it stops. But this is a little like loaded pouch, right? So it's got some spring to it. And you can see there's quite a bit of room. Now, with this V-Swap panel that's on here, there's 2 main compartments for holding your meters or whatever. I like this bag a lot for a meter bag because, especially for panel work and stuff like that, I like to have my tools accessible. The hook allows you to hang it everywhere, so this bag is actually accessible to you when you're working. And then this meter section back here actually pops out, so we'll show you guys that now, which so it's actually Velcroed in. Now, these are 2 of the stretchier pockets. They are not the stiffer kind, and then this back is a little bit softer, so you're not scratching whatever you're putting in there. And as you can see, there's 3 rows of Velcro on here, and then there's these loops up here, so you know you've actually got it in the right place when you put it back inside. The nice thing about this is you can take it out and hang it somewhere if you're using your meters or if you're using whatever you put in here to test, to do whatever. Sitting at a panel, you can actually stick this to a panel with some magnetic hooks or something like that. And then I love that it actually gives you a ton of storage in here. It does go the entire length of the bag, so you've got all of this space in here, and it's pretty wide. I don't know how they continue to come out with some fantastic bag. Their product and development team, it must be absurd, and I'm assuming they're actually listening to the people in the trades, because these bags are super, super functional. So it fits in there super nicely. You know, I've taken that out once before this video, and then once now. That was it. I haven't really gotten to play with these bags a ton. I just wanted to give you guys an opportunity to actually see all the details of these bags before you made your decisions, and really just let you see how cool these are, because there's some great options. This might be my favorite spring promo that we've ever had. Now, when it comes to tier 1 and tier 2, this is a tier 2 bag. This is the tier 1 bag. Now, there's a list on Veto Pro Pac's website of what bag fits where. So if there's a specific bag you're looking at, you can actually go find that bag and see if it's a tier 1 or tier 2. Now, I believe it's based on price. So if you have a lower priced bag, it'll actually end up being put in the tier 2 category, which will be this DP3. And if it's a higher priced bag, it'll actually be this SBLD. But you actually don't buy these from the Veto Pro Pac website. They have authorized dealers. And this is where you want to make sure that you don't get tricked, because especially if you buy on Amazon, there's only a few authorized dealers, and I'm going to leave a link to all of these in the description, and I'm going to put there all of the authorized dealers from Amazon. And aside from that, you guys can look at Veto Pro Pac's website to make sure that you get an authorized dealer if it's not from Amazon. Like I said, I will leave those from Amazon in the description, and I'll make sure that you guys know, just make sure that you order it from an authorized dealer, otherwise you can't cash in. So if you buy those bags between March 1st and May 31st, then you guys will actually be eligible to get this bag, and then they will just start shipping them out whenever everything is done. Obviously, they get a lot of orders, so it does take a little bit of time, but it's not outrageous. I've actually participated in this for quite a few years, and I will show you guys all the bags that I've actually received for free here in just a moment after we cover all of these details. Now, how it works is when you get your new bag, you'll actually scan it. You'll do your 5-year warranty thing, which is super cool that Veto does that. But you'll fill out your 5-year warranty information, but from there they'll sign you up to actually get this bag for free. But this definitely isn't a year that you guys want to miss out on, and it grows every single year. But it's so cool to see it evolve and it actually have all of these extra bags from Veto because of the spring promo that they always run. So if you look back to 2020, this is where I first started getting involved with this and trying to actually take advantage of this. But I actually ended up with the TP5B, which was a tier 1 bag, and the MP1, which was a tier 2 bag. This is the MP1X. I actually gave my MP1 to one of my apprentices who just needed a pouch at the time, and it didn't fit into my workflow, and obviously ended up regretting that later and ended up getting the new MP1X, which is awesome. These are two great bags. Then in 2021, the tier 1 bag was the MB3 and the tier 2 bag was the MB2 Blackout. I didn't end up getting the MB3, but I did end up getting this baby here. So this is the MB2 Blackout, and this thing's awesome. Then in 2022, the tier 1 bag was this TPLC, and then the tier 2 bag was the TP4B. I didn't end up with the TP4B, but this thing here is super, super awesome. Great bag. And then last year, they did the tier 1 bag as the TP6B, which is very, very similar to the one they're doing this year. However, it has the back to it. This one doesn't have a meter bag portion to it, but this bag is super awesome. Great bag. And then the tier 2 bag was the OC140. But this year is potentially my favorite year because of how different the offerings are and because of how functional the bags are. They're making it hard to say no. So I'll leave a link to the tier 1 and tier 2 bags in the description. But if you want to see one of the tier 1 bags, you guys head up to this video here. This is my Veto Pro Pac Tech Pack Blackout. And the tier 2 bag, you guys, this is the MP1X. This is my pouch. Go check those videos out if you want to learn more about the bags that you can actually get to get one of those bags. And remember, you guys, it's all for his glory, and I'll see you guys on the next one.